Well, hello, Sylvie. Thank you so much for joining me today as we honor women in our life and really want to take a moment to honor you. If you would, let everyone know who you are, what you get to do professionally, and maybe a little bit personally as well.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It's so amazing if one woman supports another woman. So thank you very much for doing this. My name is Sylvie di Giusto, and I'm a professional speaker, which means I help audiences around the world with the topic of emotional intelligence, the way they perceive themselves and the way they present themselves to others, and how they can apply different tools of emotional intelligence to present themselves best possible.
That's amazing. Okay, so starting off here, who would you say in your life has been, because you are a strong woman, so I really believe that any strong woman inevitably has had either a strong other woman or someone in their life, people in their life that have helped inspire them. So maybe who's one person in your life that stands out?
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing that strong women, thank you for that. I'm giving that compliment right back to you and to all the other mothers out there, because to most people's surprise, the woman that inspires me the most is the one that I am raising right now, which is my 14-year-old daughter, who truly inspires me every single day. Not just because of her dedication and responsibility. She's way more responsible than her own mother. But what fascinates me so much in the generation that is lucky to grow up now is their total new mindset of, for example, inclusiveness, right?
Yes.
Or the fact that she is so strong and so outgoing in calling out the things that are wrong and making sure that everybody in this world, no matter their age, color, or whatever, is included. And I noticed that the first time we lived in New York City. So she always grew up in an environment that was colorful from all over the world. The people were there. And until she was 6 years old, she did not know that there are different skin colors. She just didn't know. It was not programmed in her head. She just didn't realize it. And I remember one day we were on the subway to Brooklyn, sitting there, and she was 6 years old, and it was the first time that she asked me a question. And I thought, damn it, now it's over. Right now she knows, now she realizes that there is a difference. But I have to say that now, even years later, when I observe her interactions with the beautiful human beings around the world, even in that teenager age, none of this has gone. She is really, really very dedicated to call out everything that is wrong in this world and very passionate about. And I wish that I would have grown up in a generation where this was just normal, right? I mean, in my generation, everything that was different was a danger first. And I just love how she can walk into a world where no matter your gender, no matter which what you choose to be, how you represent yourself, no matter your skin color, everybody is the same. And I just love and adore her for this openness.
That is amazing. I love hearing that. So you definitely stand out as a leader in your field with keynote speaking, emotional intelligence. I love everything that you have to say on that. And then the first impressions and everything that I've heard you say on that is just, it's golden. And so knowing that and seeing you now in this phase of life, I know that no one gets to the point you are without having overcome some things, and you have to get there with some tenacity. And so my question for you is, what is maybe one of the biggest hurdles that you have had to overcome as a leader, and maybe even specifically as a female leader and in your field? So
wow, what a loaded question. Do you
I know.
have about 2 hours of time look, let me quickly go into my list of hurdles.
Just one hurdle, one hurdle.
Well, probably, can I have 2 hurdles?
Yes.
Okay, two of the biggest hurdles that come to my mind. The first one is obviously self-doubt and imposter syndrome that I think we are all probably guilty at some point. And especially, I'm not sure, for example, if you have noticed, I have an accent. And when I came to the United States and decided to become a professional speaker, oh my God, I was so worried. I thought, how could I ever go onto a stage and talk to audience members with this? And I had so much self-doubt in me. And just a quick story. One day in New York City, a TV producer called me and asked me to come into the studio. It was a political show where we talked about the perception of politicians. And they invited me back and back and back and back. And when I watched myself in the evening, I just hated it. It was horrible for me. There were all those well-spoken experts on that panel in that TV show, and they had so sophisticated words, and it sounded so picture-perfect English, right? Yeah. And so one day I asked the producer and said, why do you still invite me? I can't believe it, because when I listen to myself and I hear that, it's just horrible. And he said something to me that forever changed my mind. He said, that's the reason why we invite you, because you sound like an international expert and you say things so simple that everybody in front of the TV understands you while they don't understand the others. So I had to realize that something that I perceived as a weakness is actually quite valuable for others. And nowadays, I run with this here, right? That has become my unique selling points. So encouraging all women out there, if you have any self-doubt, take a close look if that self-doubt is only in you and in your mind, because somebody out there might actually value what you perceive as a weakness.
That's wonderful.
The second one, the typical one, oh my God, juggling everything, trying to be a good mother, trying to be a good wife, a good daughter, a good sister, a good friend, a good business owner. It is just unbelievable what we take on. And yeah, that's probably a day-to-day hurdle. And if I would have any solution for it, I would share it with you. But if somebody else has it, please let me know, because quite frankly, I need to know.
Yeah, I think we can all relate. I love what you said about it could be the very thing that the reason why people listen and lean in. Okay, so my last question here, because as we look back, hopefully we learn a lot from history, not just our own, but for forerunners who have gone before us. So if you had any advice to give an aspiring leader today, what would that be?
Be egoistic. Be egoistic and think about yourself more often. I think especially as women, we are so caught in the idea that we have to take care of our children and of our family, close and far, and our friends and our community and our team members. And we women are always the first ones reaching out to others, making sure that everybody is okay around us. And then years later, we wake up and think, oh, what happened to me? What happened to my body? What happened to my soul? What happened to my mind? What happened to me? And I think the advice that I would like to share with women is take more care of yourself. Be egoistic, and that goes far beyond getting your nails done from here and then, or going to the hairdresser, or getting a massage. And there is so much more to self-care, because I truly believe if you don't take care of yourself first, as hard as it is on a day-to-day basis, I understand that, but if you don't take care of yourself, you won't be able to take good care of others as well.
I love that. And I've not ever heard it put that way, quite like that. So thank you so much, Sylvie, for your time and your advice and your insight. It really is very, very valuable, and it's not falling on deaf ears, at least for me. And so thank you so much again. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and maybe you can enjoy the ocean a little bit as well.
Yes, I will. Thank you very much for having me.